It's Friday and you're watching News 5. I'm Jamie Rock. Tonight, the UDP hit the streets of Belize City today with its anti-corruption message. The party says thousands turned out. Our count put it in the hundreds. But the size of the crowd was not the real story. The message was clear. Belizeans are frustrated, they want answers, and the protest brought out UDP supporters, activists, political hopefuls, and everyday Belizeans calling for better wages, affordable land, and accountability. But organized labor was largely absent. Only PSU President Dean Flowers and Union Senator Glenfield Dennison were seen in the crowd. And as the Miriam Millions controversy continues to unfold, new questions are being raised about statutory bodies. Are they following the law when it comes to audited financial statements, budgets and annual reports, and public disclosure? Also tonight, Justice Antonet Moore retires from the High Court at the end of August, ending a distinguished legal career marked by fearless advocacy, major financial crime cases, and landmark criminal trials. These stories and more are coming up in 60 seconds. Stay with us. News 5 starts now.
The Truth of God with Pastor Gino Jennings of the First Church of Our Lord Jesus Christ every Sunday morning at 8 a.m. exclusively on Greater Belize Media. The Truth of God with Pastor Gino Jennings every Sunday at 8 a.m. on Greater Belize Media.
The rainforest of Belize. Nature in her most abundant and untamed state. A place of amazing wonder. So we bottled it with passion. The alchemy of pure rainwater. Fresh pressed heirloom sugarcane grown in this rich soil, distilled by local artisans, always in harmony with nature. Organically certified, sustainably committed, deeded to a trust that supports the communities of southern Belize. This is the relentless pursuit of craft without compromise. And now we share this part of the world with the world and you. We are Kopali Rum, the spirit of the rainforest.
Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. They came out over corruption, the cost of living, and promises they say were never kept. Today, the United Democratic Party took its anti-corruption message to the streets of Belize City, drawing a crowd that the opposition says numbered in the thousands, though our count puts it in the hundreds. But beyond the numbers, many Belizeans are frustrated and want answers. Tracy Panton led supporters through the city and into Battlefield Park, where the UDP tried to turn public anger into political momentum.
Life getting better for so many and better for so few, and the corruption increasing every day. But sure as the wind does blow, and sure as barley grow, election day the people will have their say. Sick, enough is enough.
For any opposition protest, the ruling party usually watches two things closely: how many people show up and whether things get out of hand. Today, UDP leader Tracy Panton leaned hard into the first, posting on social media that 2,000 demonstrators joined the party's anti-corruption rally in Belize City. Our estimate, however, put the crowd closer to 500.
You have not seen the situation report from the police, who says that they have accounted for 2,000 people. So your information is definitely not correct.
As for unrest, there was none. Today's protest remained peaceful, and that's likely because the party's agitator, Brian Yellowman Audit, was given strict instructions.
What do you think about the energy out there right now, and were you given specific directives to hold it down today?
Yes. This is a peaceful demonstration today, protest today, and we're asking that everybody keep their cool. There is no need for violence, and the time will come for if the PUP refuse to listen.
Still, today's rally was about more than numbers. It was about calling out corruption and giving frustrated Belizeans a louder voice. And those voices spoke loudly.
Today is not a political event. Today, you all have done an excellent job in the media highlighting the level of corruption and nepotism that has been happening under this administration. They have ramped it up on steroids, taken it to another level. Today is the first chance that Belizeans are coming out to take a stance for Belize.
Why they can't go to jail for thief a million people go to jail for one coconut?
I am representing anti-corruption. I am here as Cyril Uruwe. I am here as a son of Dangriga. I am here as a voice for every Belizean. This is not about red, blue. This is about anti-corruption, and this is what I hope all of my people to understand.
Because we have to get rid of this government. It have to go.
Why?
We are punished too much. You not punished? I am punished. Everything cost of living gone up. $70 now for the small tank of gas. Light bill gone up, water gone up, food bill gone up, yesterday chicken gone up.
Everybody is promised dreams. I live a Ladyville for 63 years. A Ladyville got load mosquito and bush and stink, right? What happened to the Belize Rural Central Representative?
I want to tell our government, stop cover on our sins with the UDP sins. When you are in a position, you had solution for everything. Now stand up and complete what you promised.
Beyond the voices of everyday Belizeans, UDP elected representatives and political hopefuls from far and wide marched behind their leader, Tracy Panton, through the streets of Belize City into Battlefield Park.
I am here advocating for the legislation of UNCAP. No care where no government do. The only thing we want to stop corruption in this country, the UNCAP. They need to give with UNCAP. Bottom line.
My message for people in Pontotola right now, wake up. Right now, don't know about red or blue. Right now about the people. People tired right now. If we know the win, then the honor the win. What about the masses?
As an opposition, and I think that this is the first step. This is a good step. We need to show some muscles and hit the streets.
How you feel after that walk and the energy inside the crowd? What do you think about it?
You know, the truth is, people have had enough. Like, we really have had enough.
Panton led the march into Battlefield Park, where she turned the rally into a platform for a sharp anti-corruption message. Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
By the time Tracy Panton took the stage at Battlefield Park, the UDP's message had moved from protest chants to political warning. Speaking for roughly 30 minutes, Panton zeroed in on the Ministry of Defense supplies scandal and the leaked invoices that have fueled public outrage. She promised to keep pressing the Briceño administration for answers and told News 5 that in her view, today's rally is only the beginning of a much bigger political reckoning for the government.
My heart is entirely full. My hope in this country has been renewed because you came from the north and the south. You came from the east and the west. You came from the Keys to stand up for Belize. It is important that as a responsible citizenry, we must too hold ourselves to account. When we see corruption, we must stand up. When the connected few are stealing from the public purse, we must speak out. And when we sound the call to action, Democratic Party.
What's the next step? What's the next phase from here?
Well, as you know, we have written to the Prime Minister. We have asked for an audit. We have some proposals to present to him as it relates to corruption, but also crime in particular. We feel that the issue of crime should not be politicized. We've written the Prime Minister about 5 letters. He has not responded, but we will continue to insist.
Today's anti-corruption protest brought out UDP supporters and frustrated Belizeans, but some familiar voices were noticeably missing. Labor unions had little presence on the ground, with only Public Service Union President Dean Flowers and Union Senator Glenville Dennison seen among the crowd. The Council of Churches and the National Evangelical Association of Belize were also absent, at least from what we observed. Still, their absence did not silence the message from the stage, where Senator Dennison stepped forward to address demonstrators and add his voice to the call for accountability.
I see a Belize where somebody like me might make it to be Chief Justice. But unfortunately, that's another Belize we got right now. Unfortunately, the Belize we have, day after day, the journalists are showing us that corruption is real and corruption is hurting every single person, you know. You see, when one man have to decide how you can take $1 out of 50 cents, that everybody it's going to affect. Everybody. But I still have hope. I have hope that we don't just see this as a lost cause, that we rally around things like corruption, things like this, the BTL deal, and we use it as a turning point in our history. I think if we don't stand now to show that we are not going to tolerate corruption.
Dean Flowers knew he was speaking to a crowd filled largely with UDP supporters, but he did not hold back. With a 5-page speech in hand, the Public Service Union president spent about 15 minutes taking aim at corruption in government and what he described as the failure of oversight bodies to do their jobs. But Flowers did more than criticize. He also laid out recommendations for stronger governance, tighter checks and balances, and greater accountability in Belize's public sector.
Oh, how good and pleasant it is for brothers and sisters to be gathered in unity. Comrades, I bring you warm greetings from the Public Service Union of Belize. I think that today is an opportunity for us as a country to light a fire under corruption and to do what we need to do as a people, to come together, putting aside whatever our political biases are, to try to rescue this country from the cesspool of corruption that it is currently in. I see a lot of mature people out here today, and it's not about you nor me. It is about the children that we've brought into this country and those who are yet to come, that we need to be a part of these kind of rallies. Comrades, as a trade unionist, representing the hard-working men and women who keep this country running, the nurses, the doctors, police officers, clerks, drivers, BDF soldiers, and the countless officers who serve the people of Belize, I bring you these words that I hope will resonate on you. I am here because our system is failing us.
For about 2 hours, UDP voices from across the country echoed through Battlefield Park. Coming up, the clock is ticking on the Prime Minister's review into the controversy surrounding Oscar Mira and Florencio Marin Jr. 3 weeks are down, 9 to go. But will the audit deliver real answers or more questions?
Hello, friends. I'm Dr. Bob Roberts with another 60-second sermon from God's Word. The Bible says, "Blessed be God, even the Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, the Father of mercies and the God of all comfort, who comforteth us in all our tribulation, that we may be able to comfort them which are in any trouble by the comfort wherewith we ourselves are comforted of God." Father Damien went to work with the lepers in the South Pacific. He was the only healthy man on the island of lepers. But one morning as he was pouring boiling water into a pot, some of it splashed on his feet. He did not feel any pain. Since one of the signs of leprosy is a lack of feeling, he now knew in that moment that he too was a leper. The next time he stood in the pulpit, he began his sermon with these words, "My fellow lepers." In ministering to them, he took on their infirmities and suffering. We draw our greatest strength in our hours of suffering and our times of trouble from those who have trod the path ahead of us and drawn from that inexhaustible fountain of God's grace and mercy. The messages of hope and comfort I seek to bring to you comes from a life that has drawn deeply from the well of God's comfort due to my own struggles with pain and suffering. It was after one of these experiences a friend once said, "I have always trusted you, but now having seen you go through what you have gone through, I trust you even more." God comforts us that we might comfort others. May God help us draw more from Father Damien, but more importantly from the God of Father Damien, the God of all comfort. Today's 60-second sermon has been presented by Christian Foundations of Faith in cooperation with the Baptist churches in your area.
Belize is growing, and as our nation grows, so does the demand for electricity and new energy solutions. More homes, more businesses, more opportunities. BEL continues to strengthen the system that supports this growth, reinforcing infrastructure and solidifying capacity, preparing for what's ahead, ensuring reliable service for homes, for businesses, and for communities across Belize. Keeping the lights on every single day. Belize Electricity Limited, prepared for growth, prepared for Belize.
Incredible voices, 12 dreams, one stage. And now the power is in your hands. For this week, each contestant has been assigned a voting number. To vote for your favorite KTV contestant, simply text the number of votes followed by a space, then your contestant's assigned voting number, and send it to 585. You can also support your favorite contestant by sending credit directly to their assigned smart number. Every vote does more than keep your favorite contestant on the stage. It brings them one step closer to their dream.
I'd rather be blind, boy, 'cause I don't wanna watch you walk away.
It's that midnight sun kiss, skin under the red sky, laying on your chest like this. Hold me like the pebbles in your hand.
Them only come wrong for the benefit and make me ask why me they blame for everything me head has been. Took me by surprise, I must say, when I found out yesterday. Don't you know that I...
Hey, are you someone who can do that? 'Cause I don't wanna have to show ya.
No alarms and no surprises, please. I can't love you in the dark.
Déjame sobrepasar tu zona de peligro hasta provocar tus gritos y que olvides tu apellido.
So much people are ball, people are dead. Suicide cause nobody no believe in a them. Rich I get rich and the poor not even cast. Watch your broken dreams dancing out of the beams of a neon moon.
Who impressed you the most? Support your favorite KTV star. Voting closes Sunday at midnight.
Belize assumes the presidency pro tempore of the Central American Integration System, CICA. Over the next 6 months, Belize's presidency will focus on strengthening the region's integration agenda, with priority placed on cooperation in energy, climate change, migration, and security. A strong and effective regional integration is the foundation upon which a better future for all Central Americans must be built.
Running a business means every dollar counts.
As a business owner, you face different challenges every day. You need cash flow on hand as soon as you can.
With Belize Bank's same-day settlement, transactions settled by 4 p.m. are credited the very same night.
The same-day settlement will definitely make a difference for my business because I know I have money in the bank so I can pay my suppliers, my staff, etc.
Faster access to your funds, better cash flow, greater control. And with auto settlement, it's done for you every day. Same-day settlement from Belize Bank. Our country, your bank.
Today's UDP-led protest may have started with allegations of corruption at the Ministry of Defense, but it quickly became a much louder statement about frustration across the country. Belizeans from different corners of society showed up, including activists, union voices, political hopefuls, and ordinary citizens, each bringing their own fight to the streets. Some called for stronger anti-corruption laws and wider investigations into government ministries. Others pushed for better wages, affordable land, and real accountability from those in power. So, while the defense scandal sparked today's march, the message grew far beyond that single issue. Here are some of the activists who joined the movement.
It's not only the Ministry of Defense. We have to look at corruption overall. What we need is to activate UNCAC. Make every minister, every era representative who engage in a corruption go to jail. Today, we can't jail nobody. They could do the worst heinous crime. But now, the mirror situation. We don't have enough people to talk by that stage to call out all the corruption. Activate UNCAC. That's the type of accountability we need. We need transparency.
We as a group decide that it is important to come out because it is unsettling, mind-boggling when we look on the television and you hear the news and you see just money is rolling out and rolling out. The volume of meat and things that are being purchased tells you that is not true. If that was so, the soldiers don't have anything to be griping about. Just as how we as energy workers are out here griping because we know we are not being paid what we are supposed to be paid.
I do believe that we should audit all the other departments, but especially the one in the transport department where the MBC is running a lot of money, you know, because we are seeing a lot of things, odd things going on there in that ministry. Also, we need to audit also the agriculture department, the Ministry of Agriculture, because right there we have the marketing board. You know, the marketing board right now is running as a personal institution for the Ministry of Agriculture, and that should not be like that.
Well, I believe, as I say, tourism, because I see the amount of money is being spent, and we need accountability and transparency, you know. Do the audit and an independent audit so that the people could have regained their confidence in the government. In respect to the Ministry of Defense, I believe that their behavior in that department is tantamount to treason.
All of the ministers, they're no good, you know, for this country again, you know. Grab money, you know. We can't get out of that, man. We kick scum, man. You need a piece of land for a build a house, man.
Juliet Thimbriel has stepped back onto the political stage, and almost immediately she has become a target. The UDP's national campaign manager recently returned to the party's flagship morning show, Fusting Namaning, after an extended break from the airwaves. But her comeback comes at a politically charged moment as the Mira Million scandals continues to stir controversy. Now, political ads are circulating with serious allegations against Thimbriel, accusing her of benefiting from public funds under the former UDP administration, building significant wealth and owning as many as 20 homes. Today, we asked her directly about the ads, the accusations, and why she believes her name is being brought into the conversation now.
I came back because I realized the Belizean people was being taken advantage of, and we proved our point. We've produced black and white, thousands and thousands, and we have thousands more to go. We have more ministries to deal with, and as the weeks come along, we will have many more ministries that we will bring out information on, that the Belizean people will realize they have been taken advantage of.
Navigating the public campaign against you.
I am not worried about the public campaign against me. I am not a politician on ballot. I am in politics and I am informing the Belizean people, and they can say anything they want against me. It does not matter. If they can't find a father that takes care of them, I have my father that takes care of me.
So none of it is true. You're categorically denying all the claims made.
I'll be honest with you, I don't have 20 houses. I don't have anything close to 20 houses.
15 maybe?
I don't have 15 houses.
10?
I don't have 10 houses. I have a mortgage at Belize Bank that none of them want to pay. It's over $6,000 a month. I am telling you that is on record. You all can do your investigation, but I am not the problem. The problem is the Prime Minister and the People's United Party that continue to pressure the Belizean people and take advantage of them.
The clock is ticking on the audit into the Ministry of Defense. It has been about 3 weeks since Prime Minister John Bresenio ordered the review following the controversy that placed Oscar Mira and Florencio Marin Jr. under intense public scrutiny. The Prime Minister says the audit should take 12 weeks, meaning there are roughly 9 weeks left before Belizeans get a clearer picture of what investigators found. But already, questions are mounting. What will the audit reveal? And could Mira and Marin return to their posts? Today, UDP leader Tracy Panton weighed in on what she expects from the process and whether she believes reinstatement is even on the table.
And you will hear me say in every interview I give that we first must hold ourselves to account before we can hold our government to account. Today is a new day. Today is a new dawn for this country. The dam has broken, and the power to make Belize the Belize we want it to be, the power to change things, to correct things, to ensure the people of this country get what we worked for. Because I hope you know, the money that is being stolen from the public purse is your money.
When the audit comes out, the Prime Minister simply says that, well, nothing was found, these ministers will be reinstated. What happens then?
That's not going to happen. You think the Belizean people will sit back? He can say that if he wishes. But I don't think I think he has a bit more intelligence than that. I don't think the Prime Minister can get away telling the Belizean people nothing is happening. And I share with you that what is in the public domain as of today is only tip of the iceberg.
Panton and the United Democratic Party say they will release more leaked government documents in the coming weeks, and we will continue to follow the story. After the break, a major ruling from the CCJ. The court has sided with Jeremy Enriquez and senior counsel Anand Ramlogan in 3 of appeals tied to Belize's redistricting fight. So what does that mean for the country's political map? We'll break it down.
When the power goes out, life is disrupted. Be prepared and keep your home powered up with a generator from Benquip. We carry brands such as Honda, Kohler, and JCB. Schedule your installation, maintenance, and assessment to keep your generator ready and waiting to protect your family and home the next time the power fails. Stay in control of your power with a generator from Benquip. Equipment, parts, service.
The next station is not just a place, it's the vacation capital of the world. Mexican Caribbean, the vacation capital.
Insurance fact. Did you know Home Protector Insurance provides liability insurance that is for licensing? Public liability insurance for the hotels and guest houses protects the guests staying at the resort. Tour operators insurance for on-site tourists and marine passenger liability for passengers. You take care of your guests, we'll take care of you. Visit any Home Protector Insurance office near you to learn more.
Over the past 5 years, Digi has invested more than $17 million to revolutionize Belize's digital future. Our advanced 4G LTE network and expanded fiber infrastructure have empowered vital road arteries, connected the farthest valleys and fertile farmlands, linked the bustling cities to the remote keys, and brought cutting-edge connectivity to schools, businesses, healthcare centers, and tourist destinations, fueling economic growth, enhancing education, and strengthening communities across the nation. By choosing Digi, you're leading Belize's digital transformation, bridging distances, opening opportunities, and empowering every corner of our beautiful country. Connect with Digi. Empower Belize.
I've always been fascinated with gemstones. It's all about taking nature's beauty and creating something uniquely beautiful. I've had inspiration from the Belize Blue Bull, the beaches, the jaguar. I've launched a new product called Co-Design with Deb, and Atlantic Bank's e-commerce system has opened the door to my international customers so I can receive payments so they can have their custom pieces shipped to them.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Football event in the world is finally here, and Smart is giving you the chance to play and win. Before every match starts, predict who will win. The more predictions you make, the more chances you have to win. Get 1 point towards your total when you guess the winning team. Predict the exact score and earn up to 4 points. The top scorer at the conclusion of the World Cup wins the grand prize of $2,500 in cash. That's not all. Players get a chance to win weekly prizes. Plus, our quarter-final winner gets a watch party package. Play directly in the Smart app for just 50 cents per entry. Prediction starts June 1st to July 18, 2026. Don't just watch the World Cup. Play along and win with Smart. Smart, bringing people together.
Belize is now leading a key regional social development body. The Ministry of Human Development says Belize has assumed the pro tempore presidency of the Council of Social Integration under SICA for the July to December 2026 term. Minister Taya Garcia Ramirez will lead the 6-month presidency, taking over from the Dominican Republic. During its term, Belize will push regional action on stronger social protection, better care systems for children, older persons, persons with disabilities and families, and more humane approaches to migration and reintegration. The ministry says Belize will work with SICA member states, CISCA, development partners, and civil society to promote policies that put people at the center of regional development. The Caribbean Court of Justice has sided with Jerry Enriquez and senior counsel Anand Ramlogan in 2 of 3 appeals linked to Belize's electoral redistricting case. The matter began when Enriquez challenged the state's failure to redraw electoral boundaries based on proposals from the Elections and Boundaries Commission. During the High Court proceedings, Justice Hondura dismissed an urgent application, ordered Ramlogan to personally pay part of the Attorney General's legal costs, and issued another order redistricting publication. The Court of Appeal later struck out or rejected the appeals, but the CCJ has now ruled that 2 of those appeals should have been allowed. It found that 1 notice of appeal was valid, or at least could have been corrected, and that Ramlogan did not need permission to appeal the personal costs ordered against him. The CCJ also found that the judge made that cost order without proper notice or procedure. However, the CCJ dismissed the 3rd appeal, saying the proper step was to first ask the High Court to vary or discharge the ex parte order before appealing. In the end, Enriquez and Ramlogan won 2 appeals and lost 1, with costs awarded accordingly. She came to the bench for 6 months and stayed for 12 years. In 2014, attorney and human rights advocate Antonet Moore accepted what was supposed to be a short-term appointment to help reduce a backlog of criminal cases before the Supreme Court. But that temporary assignment became a defining chapter in Belize's judiciary. At the end of August, Justice Moore will retire from the High Court, leaving behind a career shaped by fearless advocacy, complex financial crime prosecutions, and some of the most consequential criminal trials in the country's history. Tonight, Shane Williams reflects on the legacy of a jurist whose influence has been felt not only in the courtroom, but across the wider pursuit of justice.
And I thought very long and hard about the sentence for this young person.
For more than 10 years, Justice Antonet Moore has handled some of Belize's toughest criminal cases. But before she took the bench, she was already known as a fierce human rights attorney. Trained at Loyola University in Chicago and Oxford, Moore spent much of her private practice defending constitutional rights and standing with vulnerable communities. Her most lasting work from that period was in the fight for Maya customary land rights.
That is what you have been struggling for. And that certainly that has gone for the last 10 years through the courts, through the regional human rights bodies, through the courts of Belize, until now it reached the highest, that mountaintop in terms of the courts, the highest court.
Moore also took on another complex challenge as lead prosecutor for the Financial Intelligence Unit. She successfully prosecuted what was then Belize's largest money laundering case, securing convictions against Michael and Melanie Coy and others in a prosecution involving more than $1.5 million in laundered funds.
We're very pleased that the jury saw the evidence and resulted in guilty verdicts for all 5 of the accused, which of course includes the corporate accused and the 4 natural persons.
In 2014, Antonet Moore was asked to take on a temporary role as a Supreme Court judge in the criminal division. The job was straightforward. Spent 6 months helping to clear more than 70 pending cases. But 6 months turned into 12 years. During that time, Justice Moore became one of Belize's most respected criminal judges, presiding over some of the country's most high-profile and closely watched cases. Justice Moore sentenced William Danny Mason and 4 accomplices to life imprisonment for the brutal kidnapping, murder, and beheading of Pastor Llewellyn Lucas, one of the most sensational cases in Belize's history. She also imposed life sentences on Enrique de Paz for the murder of Harrison Bowers, Shane Bennett for the murder of Anthony Parks, Wilmer Escobar for the double murder of sisters Crescencia and Josephine O, Nicholas Suazo for the murder of Gerald Shiny Tillett, and Christopher Bradley for killing Marta Gonzalez, among others. In 2023, she sentenced former police corporal Kareem Martinez to 18 years in prison for the manslaughter of 14-year-old Laddie Gillett, a case that drew national attention and renewed scrutiny of police use of force. Justice Antonet Moore's career has been defined by service in nearly every corner of Belize's justice system, as an advocate, prosecutor, educator, and judge. Shane Williams reporting for News 5.
Up next, 4 months after the tribunal tossed out the port labor dispute, stevedores and the Port of Belize still have no new deal. So what's holding up the collective bargaining agreement, and how much longer will workers wait?
Look here, your kitchen light there and I've never been in the kitchen.
But I'm going back in there right now.
And the coffee maker?
Just to try keep my coffee warm for later.
What do you do now?
I'll try to think more to eat.
You know, the more you open and close the fridge, it takes longer for the food cool. For a hot day like today, it burns more energy. You charge your phone right now?
No.
Plug it out then. You really only wash 2 Lee socks and 1 Lee shirt? You don't know what small load burn the same amount of electricity as large loads?
But this is my favorite shirt.
You have to be more energy efficient. Use large loads. This AC they blow hard. You know, if you keep the temperature at 25 degrees Celsius or higher, you burn less energy and you also keep the place cool. And for a nice day like today, turn off the AC, open up the house and make some fresh breeze come in.
You know what? I think I get it now. As consumers, we need to be more energy efficient and practice energy conservation.
Rev up your engines at Puma Energy and get ready for an exciting chance to fuel, fill, and win. For every $30 purchase on fuel, a liter of lubricant, or $10 at Super 7, get a ticket to win one of 20 fuel prizes of $1,000. And here's the thrill. Fill up with Premium Clean Tech Pro and double your chances of winning. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity. Head to Puma Energy and Super 7 today for your chance to fuel, fill, and win.
Haven't updated your information recently? Well, kick off the new year as a winner. RF&G Insurance is giving you a free chance to win every month. Entering is easy. Just chat with us on WhatsApp and update your information. That's it. You'll be automatically entered into our monthly raffle for a chance to win awesome prizes. Don't wait. Message us on WhatsApp and update your info today. RF&G Insurance. It pays to get it right.
The next station is not just a place. It's the vacation capital of the world, Mexican Caribbean. Do you know why we are the capital of vacations? Because no other place on earth brings together so many ways to vacation in one single destination. Every vacation imaginable. Mexican Caribbean, the vacation capital.
Stay connected in the USA for as low as $10. With Smart Roaming Data Pass, staying connected is simple and affordable. Get the data you need starting at 1,000 megabytes to stay connected to larger plans that keep you online while you travel across the USA. So you can message, browse, video call, and navigate wherever you go. No SIM swap, no bill shock. Just simple, affordable pricing. Activate easily by dialing *100# using the Smart app or online. Smart Roaming Data Pass. Staying connected the smart way. Smart, bringing people together.
As the Mirror Millions controversy continues to unfold, attention is now shifting to statutory bodies on whether they are following the rules on audited financial statements, budgets, annual reports, and public disclosure. Public Service Union President Dean Flowers says the country is overdue for a serious review of these agencies, many of which are legally required to report to the National Assembly and, in some cases, publish their records in the Gazette. And according to Flowers, what has surfaced at the Ministry of Defense may only be the tip of the iceberg.
I think that ever since taking office, I have been saying to the Belizean people, I've appeared on multiple talk shows. I've read out the list of almost 30 or 40 statutory bodies that are handling millions, in some cases hundreds of millions of dollars, and not reporting back to the Belizean people. If you don't think the Myriad scandal bad, wait till the veil is lifted in these statutory bodies. Wait until the veil is listed in other government ministries, such as the Ministry of Health, which juggles hundreds of millions in procurement. Of course, we can't forget the Ministry of Education and the Ministry of Works. These are the largest ministries in which hundreds of millions of dollars are not necessarily being accounted for through reporting by the Auditor General. And so, hopefully, the day will come when Belize will become serious, when government will become serious to get the necessary assistance we need to really delve into these ministries and expose the corruption that has been occurring in them over the last 2 or 3 decades.
The Belize Tourism Board is now under the spotlight. Our checks found no audited financial reports tabled in the National Assembly for more than 6 years and none posted on the BTB website, despite reporting requirements under the BTB Act. 4 months after the Essential Services Arbitration Tribunal dismissed the long-running labor dispute between the Port of Belize and its stevedores, there has been little movement toward a new collective bargaining agreement. The tribunal process collapsed in March after the Christian Workers Union refused to sign a revised confidentiality agreement, bringing more than a year of arbitration efforts to an abrupt end. Now, with government in control of the Port of Belize, the stevedores say they are still waiting for promised negotiations to begin. Chief Union Representative Bruce Diaz says the workers remain patient, but warns the entire economy may be at risk if they do not get back to the negotiating table soon.
Update on the tribunal, there is no tribunal. The tribunal has walked out on us from February. We are awaiting to liaise and meet with the Port of Belize from then, and we have had no acknowledgement of meeting together. The government has taken over Port. They have given us the acknowledgement that they will sit with us and settle the CBA. But as of now, we have had no meetings, no discussions, and we want to forward, because you know when the stevedores pull the plug, the Belizean people feel, and we feel also as the workers, and we do not want to pull the plug. So we are bearing patience to see if they will have a sit down with us so we could come and oversee all of what's happening right now. We need to get this CBA signed. The stevedores work night and day in the rain, while the big executives and all the directors and everybody in their bed sleeping. We are working in the rain. We work in the rain, dries off in the sun, and goes on and continue working for the economy of Belize, because we make the economy of Belize flow. If the Port of Belize is not functioning, the noodles and the chicken sausage and what they are talking about will not come to the community. The prices will be raised. Back in the days, we had a deal. If we have signed the tariff, we have gotten what we wanted, but the stevedores stand down on signing the tariff. We still not get where we want. Now we are waiting and we tell the public, we tell the world now that we're on TV, we want the Port of Belize to sit down with the negotiating team and finalize the CBA at the port before it gets in a different angle.
Yes, says stevedores welcomed government's takeover of the Port of Belize, hoping for better relations. Instead, they now feel ignored and sidelined. The countdown to municipal elections is already underway, and one of the biggest battles may be happening long before voters head to the polls. This transfer period gives eligible voters a chance to move their registration to a new electoral division or municipality, but it also raises concerns about abuse, especially as March approaches. Last night, we looked at why these transfers could play a major role in the upcoming municipal elections. Tonight, Chief Elections Officer Josephine Tamai explains why the process exists, how it works, and what responsibility voters have in helping to prevent fraud. News 5's Shane Williams reports.
The months of July and August hold particular significance since it is the only time voters can transfer their votes from one constituency to another. It is also a period that can open the door to electoral fraud, especially when political operatives push voters to register or transfer into constituencies where they do not actually live. And with municipal elections 8 months away, expect a spike in transfers from rural communities to polling areas within cities and towns. Chief Elections Officer Josephine Tamai says transfer period is to clean up the voters list.
This happens every year from the 1st of July to the 31st of August. And so this is the only time throughout the year that persons who are registered electors can transfer from one electoral division to another. This exercise is extremely important because many times we hear people complain about persons actually voting where they no longer reside. And I want to encourage the public and specifically registered electors, if you have moved, then go into the Election and Boundaries Registration Office in the division where you now reside.
Unfortunately, political parties pervert the exercise, using this period instead to offer inducements to get voters from other constituencies into their own, padding their voting lists. Since this transfer period comes just before the municipal election, the Chief Elections Officer is encouraging residents to be vigilant.
They can make objections when the list is published. You have to provide proof, and many times that is where there's always an issue because sometimes persons sit back, and it's unfortunate that what we normally do as citizens, until when it's an election period, you hear all the complaints, and we all know that we have municipal elections coming up. It's scheduled for the 3rd of March 2027, which is just a couple months away, and so this is the time that persons will pay attention to the list.
If you have knowledge of an address in your neighborhood that is being used as a stash house for illegal voters, you can report it to the Elections and Boundaries Department.
The Election and Boundaries registering officers go out and physically visit those addresses to verify. So an investigation is conducted. Based on the investigation, the registering officer has to satisfy him or herself and make a determination if the person will be included on the list or not.
Lying about your address to register illegally is a criminal offense, and anyone caught can face a fine of up to $1,000, up to 2 years in prison, or both. And to prevent mischief makers from frustrating the registration process, it is also against the law to knowingly object falsely to a registration application, with a fine of up to $500 or imprisonment of up to 1 year. Shane Williams reporting for News 5.
Still ahead, children in the justice system need more than punishment. Belize is now pushing for a system that listens, understands, and treats young people with care. But can reform move fast enough?
Haven't updated your information recently? Well, kick off the new year as a winner. RF&G Insurance is giving you a free chance to win every month. Entering is easy. Just chat with us on WhatsApp and update your information. That's it. You'll be automatically entered into our monthly raffle for a chance to win awesome prizes. Don't wait. Message us on WhatsApp and update your info today. RF&G Insurance. It pays to get it right.
12 incredible voices, 12 dreams, one stage. And now the power is in your hands. For this week, each contestant has been assigned a voting number. To vote for your favorite KTV contestant, simply text the number of votes followed by a space, then your contestant's assigned voting number, and send it to 585. You can also support your favorite contestant by sending credit directly to their assigned smart number. Every vote does more than keep your favorite contestant on the stage. It brings them one step closer to their dream.
I'd rather be blind, I don't wanna watch you walk away.
It's that midnight sun kiss, skin under the red sky, laying on your chest like this. Hold me like the pebbles in your hand.
Them only come wrong for the benefit and make me ask why me the blame for everything me head has been.
Took me by surprise, I must say, when I found out yesterday. Don't you know that I
so much people are ball, people are dead. Suicide cause nobody no believe in a them. Rich I get rich and the poor not even cast. So watch your broken dreams dancing out of the beams of a neon moon.
Who impressed you the most? Support your favorite KTV star. Voting closes Sunday at midnight.
The biggest football event in the world is finally here, and Smart is giving you the chance to play and win. Before every match starts, predict who will win. The more predictions you make, the more chances you have to win. Get 1 point towards your total when you guess the winning team. Predict the exact score and earn up to 4 points. The top scorer at the conclusion of the World Cup wins the grand prize of $2,500 in cash. That's not all. Players get a chance to win weekly prizes. Plus, our quarter-final winner gets a watch party package. Play directly in the Smart app for just 50 cents per entry. Prediction starts June 1st to July 18, 2026. Don't just watch the World Cup. Play along and win with Smart. Smart, bringing people together.
every connection we make is more than just a signal. It's a student unlocking a future through digital education. A young mind daring to dream bigger. Our culture shared with the world in real time. And everyday heroes answering the call of civic duty. When we connect with Digi, we empower Belize.
The Belize Department of Civil Aviation is giving itself more time to finalize the next draft of its proposed drone regulations. The department says the revised draft unmanned aircraft systems regulations were expected on June 30th, but that release has now been pushed back to July 30th. Officials say the delay follows a public consultation period that brought in many comments and technical recommendations from stakeholders in aviation and the drone sector. The BDCA says this is only a timeline adjustment, not a change in commitment. Once the revised draft is published, the public will get another chance to review it and submit formal feedback before the regulations are finalized. The department says it remains focused on due process and ensuring that manned and unmanned aircraft can safely share Belize's airspace. When children enter the justice system, the stakes are high, and Belize is now working to make sure the system responds with more care, compassion, and understanding. A two-day judicial training concluded in Belize City, having brought together judges and key justice sector stakeholders to focus on child-centered justice, trafficking in persons, restorative justice, and diversion. The training was led by the Ministry of Human Development, the Anti-Trafficking in Persons Council, and the Child Justice Committee, with support from the Judicial Education Institute. Organizers say the goal is to help judicial officers better protect children and trafficking victims by using trauma-informed, victim-centered approaches that place a child's safety and well-being at the heart of every decision.
As we are aware, human trafficking presents a profound challenge to the rule of law. It is a crime that exploits vulnerability, strips individuals of their dignity and autonomy, and often leaves lasting physical, psychological, and social consequences for those affected. Human trafficking continues to be regarded internationally as one of the fastest growing forms of organized crimes, generating enormous profits, while inflicting immeasurable harm on its victims. Although trafficking has been described as a global phenomenon, it is important to recognize that it is not merely a problem that exists elsewhere. It is a challenge that continues to confront countries throughout our region, including our lovely Belize. While Belize has made meaningful contribution and efforts to strengthen its response to trafficking in person through legislative reform, the establishment of specialized institutional mechanisms, enhanced investigative capacity, and increased attention to victim protection, there is yet more work that needs to be done. Our country has demonstrated a clear commitment to addressing and dealing with this scourge. For example, there is a Trafficking in Persons Act, which provides a comprehensive legal framework that criminalizes both labor and sex trafficking and prescribes significant penalties, particularly in cases involving children and public officials. As evidence of the importance that should be placed in reducing and hoping to eventually stamp out human trafficking, the senior courts of Belize promulgated the very important sentencing guidelines of the senior courts of Belize on human trafficking.
Before we leave you, here's tonight's viewer's voice. On our first story, Panton leads anti-corruption march through Belize City. Godson Roderick commented, "Everyone point fingers and play the blame game instead of recognizing the problems and put a stop to it." Okay. Turning to Dean Flowers takes aim at corruption and weak oversight, Andrew Wade shared, Wish the unions did this without the opposition. Would be way easier to follow instead of another political ploy for mileage. Thank you for engaging with us online. Your voices shape the national conversation. Keep those comments coming, and we'll continue to feature them right here. And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available at greaterbelize.com, on our Facebook, and on YouTube. I'm Jamie Rock. Thanks for joining us, and from all of us here at News 5, have a happy and safe weekend. Good night.